Weird Wacky Wats. This is Run Faster by Pezl. Let's see. I just played this one, but it was fun and it was short, so I thought I'd play it, but recording. I'm clicking new game now. Ultraviolence. This level is very fun, if not a bit easy. That's a bit loud. Go down a bit. Right. So we start here with a bunch of barrels and some zombies. Very safe. Nothing triggers from that shot. As in, normally when a level makes you take a shot before you start the level, that means that somewhere some enemy is getting triggered by said shot, but no one's getting triggered by this one. These guys are all here to ambush us. The first room is all simple. The tagline for the creator was Invisible Creator and Playtester. And as such, as a playtester, I'm assuming they are a playtester, this level plays great, it's fun, it plays just fine. I have no complaints in regards of gameplay. All of my gripes are about aesthetics. This level is kind of weird and wacky in terms of aesthetics, but in terms of gameplay, it's a lot of fun. Sorry, I don't say much of this part. Hit scanner is always just a bit stressful. But as you can see, I already know where everything is, and really, the level is very hard, so hopefully I'll be able to beat it within 15 minutes. Right, some ammunition. There's sufficient ammunition, if not, there's actually a lot of ammunition. It's a bit overabundant. As said, the level is a bit easy. Now, about those aesthetics. The level uses the F-Sky thing, the skybox, quite a bit, and yeah, the sky is nice. It is possible to get custom skies. If you're going to be making skybox-based levels, you might want to look into it, because it really changes the feeling, but this one's great. However, this one, it's a very weird texture to have on the walls, and there you can see that it kind of overlaps on itself. There it's right, but then over to the side it's a bit wonky again. Kind of, the main thing is weird texture decisions. I mean, this can be used as a wall texture. It's weird, uncommon. And this is a stair texture. It's used for stairs. It's obedient to use for stairs. It can be used for specifically mechanical things like vents and stuff like that. But on such big walls, it also looks kind of wonky. Also, the fact that there are trees and pillars in the water without any platforms or anything like that. There are a lot of details here. There's just not very cohesive. Right. This is something that was told to me on my first level I ever made. These things, they are great and all, but what you can do is have a little pillar sector here, or fake sector here, so that this doesn't look so flat. Like, just make a little square on the edge and erase it, or erase it by like 128 or something along those lines. But just paste a random metal texture on it so that it isn't flat on the ends. And if it isn't flat on the ends, then from both sides it won't look flat at all. Arrows, alright. And also go to spawn. Text is always, yeah. If it conveys messages, that's okay. Interesting how it's made on blood. I didn't notice that the first time. Now, here you require a switch to advance. I presume the switch is required. What you could do instead is have it set so that maybe have like a line here that goes through the floor, and when the player crosses it, that is the same as the sector as the switch being pressed. Right. Full of health, but only 2 rockets. Right, this room as well. It's an interior room with trees in it. And this is a very weird texture to use for... It definitely fits in some places, but here, for instance, like, there are 2 separate levels. You might want to have something different here. And again, here, this thing's a bit flat. Just mostly aesthetics. The gameplay, as said, is perfectly fine. It's very enjoyable. And there are vines inside as well. It's a very bit of a... The thing is, it's a mixture of different areas, different kinds of areas. Right. There's this guy. Last time I used this. Alright. Right. This is the starting area, but it has now opened, which is always funny and interesting. You might want to have like a height difference between these two ceilings. Like here, that there's this little ledge in between. That always makes levels look just a wee bit nicer. Armor and the super shotgun. Now, for some reason, these things are not fake sectors, and they are not empty. Instead, they are just raised or lowered. I'm not sure. I thought they would open and reveal some monsters, which is something you could try if you wish. Maybe like once the player crosses a line over here. Also, by the way, that's the Spider Mastermind. I'm not surprised because I saw them last time. Last time I spent all my rockets on it. Let's see if I can make do with a super shotgun. It's a bit too wide to actually... This is a very interesting encounter, if not a bit bullet spongy. Because you have a pillar, which you don't usually have. You have like sets of walls or ledges, but it's just one pillar. Ow. Alright, I've used half my... The super shotgun is considerably stronger than I seem to recall. This is interesting and funky and could be interesting. Well, interesting is pretty much the only word I got for this. Yeah, as you can see, the level isn't lacking in any means of detail. It's playing with lights. That's already something very important. Something very important to have light variations like this here. It's very, very important and really marks the difference between an average level and a good one. The level isn't lacking by any means in terms of detailing. It just has some strange decisions. Also, now that I notice, this is the base room textures. Which, yeah, these are the default ones that come from Doom Builder. You're not in the... No one's in the obligation to switch these. These are perfectly functional. That's why they're the default. But when you have a bit of... When you've played through a bunch of levels, you start to recognize this one as... Yeah, so... Yeah, you're not in the obligation to switch it. Oh. I forgot about these guys. And then here... Oh. Right, I was afraid that would happen. And you're the last one. Can I punch you? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. And the level is near the completion time. As you've noticed, I haven't... Ooh, this is also a strange texture to use for the floor. It's usually a ceiling-only texture because of how it has light textures, but it can definitely be used as for the floor. Having said that, you might want to avoid using the same texture for the floor and for the ceilings. Can I not crouch? Maybe I unbound my crouch key. Right, I could use some health. You could also switch the texture for the bottom of the door. I'm missing some health here. Right. Onwards we shall go. There is 64 enemies, not that many, and only one secret. One secret is way better than no secrets at all. That's very important to notice. Right, this part. F-Sky. The F-Sky texture is kind of weird. Maybe here you didn't add a texture, you're missing some textures or something along those lines. I'm not really sure about that. This area is kind of strange, but that's perfectly understandable. It's okay. Let's just save just in case, because I know myself. These guys took me by surprise, and I didn't have any rockets because I used all of them on the Spider Mastermind. they are by no means an excessive challenge. As said, this level is rather on the easy side. I do not know whether you have difficulty settings. That would be interesting to see. Come on. Either you have much health. Come on. Attaboy. Right. Oh, right. I forgot the BFG exists here and is up for grabs. Also, there are 2 plasma guns. I don't really understand this area. Maybe it's a bit broken or wonky. How am I on time? 10 minutes. Perfectly on track to finish this level right on time. There's a lot of health, but again, against higher tier enemies, you don't usually have the time to go back and grab this much health. Ooh, there are... Last time I didn't drop down. Again, this platforming is rather simple. Yeah, it's rather on the easy side. These lights are... Ooh, that was the lag spike. These lights are great. These lights are cool. They're neat little additions. And they have their counterpart in the ground. That's just nice. That's just fine. That's nice. Neat. Ah, right, this guy. 1, 2, 3. Right, some more health. This is a texture that is 32 wide, so yeah, 32 wide. And it looks kind of strange when it's put over a 16 wide area. Also those over the floor. Those, again, just aesthetics. And then again, metal with a brick, then different kinds of metal. Right, I don't remember if there was something here. Right. And as you can see, this wall, this rather inconspicuous wall, is the secret. I will say this though, this is an excessively easy secret. You can go for something more challenging. That's part of the joy of playing, is just having to look for stuff. Ah, right, this guy. Wait a minute. Attaboy, I hadn't used this. You have a lot of items and not that many enemies. That's also one of the reasons why it's rather on the easy side. I like this light thingies. They're neat. Right. Fun little level. That was Run Faster by Pezl.